Hey everyone, welcome to our podcast. My name is Abby Hinden. This is my co-host B Graves.
Hey, it's B, and today our podcast is titled ISIS Attacks the Brain Too. So today we are going to be talking about Ariana Grande. But not the fun things that you would think of when you hear the name Ariana Grande. Today we will be talking about the Manchester attack that occurred on May 22nd of 2017.
Yeah, B, you're right. So on May 22nd of 2017, a suicide bomber named Salam Abdi bombed the Manchester arena where Ariana Grande was performing her Dangerous Woman tour. 22 people were then killed, ranging from children to grown adult parents. The bomb went off in the foyer of the Manchester Arena and was so powerful that it sent bodies into the parking lot of the concert hall.
So the reason we're talking about this is because we believe that some things about terrorist attack go unsaid, like the mental health of the victim.
And as you know, terrorist attacks have been very prominent recently. And all of the world also remembers the huge attack done by ISIS in France at the U2 concert that left 130 people dead.
So like I said, we think there's a huge problem that has been left unsaid about terrorist attacks.
And that is the mental health effects that come afterwards.
One of these issues is PTSD.
PTSD, also known as post-traumatic stress disorder, is defined as a mental health condition that has been triggered by a terrifying event, experiencing it, or witnessing it. The National Institution of Mental Health says that people who develop PTSD have a lower amount of resilience levels and a higher amount of risk factors. A quote from the National Institution of Mental Health is, "Risk factors for PTSD include living through dangerous events and traumas, getting hurt, seeing people get hurt or killed, and many more things like childhood trauma."
So you can imagine that everyone that was involved in this Manchester attack is going through some PTSD, especially Ariana Grande. And the reason we're talking about this is because Ariana just recently came out about her PTSD and how it affected her. And we think that that's really important because she didn't want to come out about it because she felt that she was being selfish by making it about how she felt. Instead, she let her fans talk about how they felt. And so 2 years later, she's finally said something about it, and I think we should say something about it too.
I mean, it's like a hard thing to come out and talk about, just when you survive an attack like that, but so many people died who support you.
Yeah, so she just felt like her PTSD wasn't as important as the families that suffered losses.
Yeah, well, this is important because it shows how Ariana feels, and she tells why she didn't open up about her mental illness. It also gives you a more sympathetic feeling for her and knowing that she was putting her feelings and thoughts aside because she felt like it should not be about her, but about everyone else that suffered. A quote from Ariana was, "I don't think I'll ever know how to talk about it and not cry." This shows how her emotions and her mental state were affected tremendously by these terrorism attacks.
Ariana recently posted some pictures on Instagram that showed a healthy brain and then a brain that has suffered from PTSD. And then under it, she posted a picture of her brain, and it just showed, it really looked exactly like the brain that has suffered from PTSD, but it almost looked way worse, you know?
Yeah, you could see in the patterns of how the fluid was arranged that her brain closely resembled the PTSD brain. And I remember when she posted it, her caption was just hilarious and terrifying. And, what does she even mean by that?
I guess she's just trying to, make it lighthearted, but honestly, this is such a, heavy topic that I'm so glad that she came out about it because once she came out, then so many other celebrities started coming out about their mental health, and just it makes your fans feel like they're not alone and that even they suffer from it too. And so I just think that's really important.
Yeah, that is important. I remember reading an interview with her and her manager when he was trying to get her to do the Manchester United Unity concert.
Yeah, the benefit concert, yeah.
And he said that she looked at me like I was insane. And she said, I can never sing these songs again. I can't put on those outfits. Do not put me in this position. And it put her in a really, vulnerable spot for the entire world to see. And it did give light for other celebrities who suffer, because it's a very untalked about thing.
And even, like, when she did that benefit concert, and, like, all the proceeds went to Manchester, and it was just this whole Manchester United thing, she had so many other celebrities come on stage and, like, back her up and had, like, that were there with her.
Like Mac Miller was there, I know
Mac
that.
Miller, like, Justin Bieber, like, literally anyone you could think of was there, and they were there supporting her, and that's just, like, a major thing. And so after she's come out 2 years later about about her mental health, so have other celebrities, and it just really shows, like, celebrities backing each other up and just being there for each other even in this.
Yeah, it's funny you bring up Justin Bieber, because recently he has been checking in and out of different clinics to treat his depression. And he says, like, his wife, Haley, has been there through everything, and that this kind of gives more of a talking point for people to talk about. It's a very, like, taboo thing to talk about mental illness.
Yes, I agree. But going back to where we started, I think that this topic is just something that needed to be talked about, and that not many people do talk about the impact that terrorist attacks have on your mental health. And I just really think it's important that we bring it to everyone's attention. And,
like, obviously people are gonna, or the media rather, is gonna focus on what happened at the attack, where it was, how many deaths, but no one ever, follows up with the victims of the attack to see how their mental health is doing.
all right, guys, that was our podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you next time.
Cue outro!